Hey guys, John Grimsmo here, bringing you another Grimsmo Grind. It is Monday, it's like early afternoon. Eric just went out to get us some lunch, so I figured I'd give you guys a little Grimsmo Grind, because it's been, I guess, since Friday when I did one. I'd like to talk today about patience. Patience is something I struggle with, but in retrospect, I'm okay with it. Like in the moment, I'm like, oh, I want to know everything now. But then I think back on my life and think of how much patience I've had over the years to actually have things materialize. You start a YouTube channel, you want 1,000 subscribers right away. It's not going to happen. It takes years. I've been on YouTube for like 8+ years, since 2008, I think it was, and it's taken me that time to grow this followership. There's things that you can do to make that faster. You can post daily videos often, have schedule, blah, blah, blah. There's all these tips and tricks. Just doing it is one of the things, and putting out good content is definitely one of the things. But, patience is a funny thing because my whole life I've wanted so much. I dream big. I've, strived for the best things, and I have to be okay with the fact that it takes a long time to get there, and that's totally cool. Like, when I go to the big machine tool shows, I used to go 6 years ago, and I'd go in there wide-eyed. Like, there's videos on YouTube of me attending these events, between 4 to 6 years ago, where it's like the biggest, fanciest DMG Mori machines. Wow, these are amazing. I'll never get one of these, but maybe one day I will. And now we have one, and now I walk around those events and I feel like I belong because I've put in the work, I've put in the time required, and I've earned the ability to get one of these big fancy machines and the need. I've grown the business to need one, at least in my personal mind. And patience is a funny thing because you need it. You have to do it. And it's a constant balance between striving and big goals and running for them the whole time, and being okay with waiting for it to happen, like doing all the work up front and waiting for it to materialize. That's very hard to do, and I think a lot of people give up way early in that pursuit because it's hard, and you gotta wait, and you do all this work now and you gotta wait for it to happen, and that's just the way it is. Same for starting an Instagram account or something like that. You start putting up pictures and you're like, well, nobody really cares, nobody likes it, whatever, so you give up. No wonder why you're not super successful on Instagram. It's those guys that have been on there for 3 years already. I've been on it for 2, and I was kind of late to the game, I feel. And always posting, always updating, always doing it. Same for our strive for perfection for the knives. When we started making knives, I guess 5 years ago, we made the first one in 2012. That's 4 years ago. We made the first knife 4 years ago, and at the time, I thought it was awesome. And now I look back at it, and it's good. It's very good for 4 years ago work, but we're constantly getting better. So we're giving ourselves the time required to constantly improve, and we're always pushing, and we're always trying to make it better. And that's just how we do it. And then over time, time passes. We're getting older, whether you like it or not. Whether you do something now and wait for it to happen, or you don't, that time is going to pass. Like, I keep saying, I'm 32 years old because I'm not ashamed of it anymore. I've always felt like super young for my age. I never felt like I deserved to be this old. I don't know. I can't explain it. Tangent. Time totally passes, and we're going to be 50 before we know it. And what am I going to do between now and when I'm 50 to make my 50th birthday the absolute best thing it could possibly be? And thinking about it that way takes patience. Like, what can I accomplish between now and then? The sky's the limit, really. But if I don't think about it, if I don't work towards it, I'm going to be 50 and look back and go, man, I should have done something. And I don't know, that's kind of the way I look at it. I don't want to make fun of the 50-year-olds that are watching this, thank you very much, that are looking back on it, but you guys are still young too, there's a lot left in the tank. And you can't give up because time is going to pass regardless. We're all going to die. It could be soon. Hopefully it'll be much later. But what can we do between now and then? How much hard work can we put in smartly to allow these patient results to materialize. So, a little food for thought for you guys. I could probably come up with a lot more to talk about patience if I premeditated this a little bit and planned and wrote out some bullet points, which I used to do in the beginning of the Grimsmo Grind. I'd have my little post-it note with bullet points. I stopped doing that. I don't know why. I got lazy or something. It was a little bit easier just to pick up the camera and start ranting about something, but you miss a lot of points. And when I stop the camera, when I stop talking about it, I think, oh man, I should have said that, or crap, I wish I didn't say it like that, because that's just one opinion and blah, blah, blah. So the bullet points are super helpful, but for me personally, they sometimes are just too much hassle, and I'd rather just freestyle, which is fun too. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this relatively short Grimsmo Grind, and if you have any suggestions for topics you want me to talk about, not necessarily like Q&A questions, but kind of, I guess. But yeah, things you want to hear me rant about, I'm all ears. Leave a note in the comments. Thanks, guys. Bye.